listen, everybody. Here's Richie Marini. Did he do a great job? And David? I got to tell you, where's Richie again? I got to tell you, when it comes to Richie and David, I can't think of people that have done more for me than these guys. I mean, this is the second time that David's been cooking for an entire crew, okay? And in addition to saying thank you to them, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you here, all right? Good. I can't clap for yourself. You know, who was the guy? We have a lot of smart people. Who's the guy that said that the rumors of my death are greatly exaggerated? Who was the guy that said that? Mark Twain, right? Well, I'm going to tell you right now that the rumors of the demise of this campaign were greatly exaggerated, okay? Because we are, if you really think about it, just for one moment, okay? I ran this race in 2006. I ran it in 2006. I got 43% of the vote when people didn't think I'd be able to get out of the 20s. We did it with shoe leather, okay? That's what we did it. $130,000 versus $1.7 million. Absolutely an incredible thing. And then in August of 2007, we said we're running this race again. Since that, I can tell you this has been one of the most turbulent races maybe in the history of the United States, and I'm not kidding about that, okay? It is absolutely phenomenal when you think about what we've been through. Do you all remember a guy by the name of Dominic Breccia? Okay, for 10 months, this guy from outside the district comes in and says, I'm running, never does a thing, but goes out and collects a lot of money. In April and May, he was in, he was out, he was in, he was out, and he was in again, okay? This is exactly what happened. I never knew in the morning when I got up who I was going to find, or what I was going to find in the newspapers. Is he in today or is he out today, okay? We knocked him out of the race because he recognized that we were too strong. Then, of course, we had Vito Fossella. And what did Vito Fossella do? Vito Fossella decided that he was going to have a drunk driving incident. He loved his family so much, okay, family values, that he had two of them. That's what happened with Vito Fossella. So now we have the guy, okay, Vito Fossella. So now he's in, he's out. Well, and they said, well, he actually had the nerve to think that he could continue to run under those circumstances. Ultimately, oh my gosh, it's like Star Trek. So Vito Fossella is out, right? Then we have, with 1 week left to go, somebody who in the past, I actually told him, I said, Mike McMahon, I will support you because, and I would not run a primary against you. That was in 2004, 2006. But someone who did not step up now wants to step over. And the simple fact is that if you really think about it, it's only been a matter of about 3 weeks since that happened. Does anybody here truly understand what Mike stands for? I don't, all right? And the reason for it, because he's running a stealth campaign on the issues. He's not coming out. I said right off the bat, he said one day, and there were a few people that were actually there that are here right now. He actually said it at a Brooklyn club. He said, look, he said, I think that we have to get out there and start talking about the issues and not insult each other. So the next day I wrote a letter to the Advance, and I wrote it to him, and I said, you're right, so let's debate. And the first thing he said to me was, well, we'll wait until after the petitions roll, okay? And the answer for it is because it's then going to be the middle of the summer, and he won't have to go out there and tell the Democrats of Staten Island that he is pro-war. And he has been pro-war since 2003. And he won't have to explain to the Democrats of Staten Island that he went to a club, a progressive club in Brooklyn, and said, I oppose this war, and 5 minutes later went to a conservative party where he was trying to get the endorsement of the conservative party and said, I am for this war. He has to explain to us why he would make those statements only a minute apart, okay? And the simple reason for it is because there's no core value. I'm talking to progressives right now. I have core values. And I will tell you that my core values are why I'm standing here today. Because I have never, and you're going to think this is strange, but I have never, not once, run against Vito Fossella. I do not today run against Mike McMahon. I am running for the United States Congress, and I always have. Okay? That's a very important distinction, because it is that distinction that has allowed us to survive through this extraordinarily turbulent circumstance. And what am I talking about? Through it all, there has been one rock-steady presence, and that's been the people that are here right now in my campaign, because our positions have never changed, because we've put them out on the internet and people know who we are. They know that we are progressives, they know what we stand for, and we do not mince word. I am absolutely tired of having mealy-mouthed Democrats in the United States Congress, and this year I am tired of mealy-mouthed Democrats in this area. We will win this on September 9th, because of the people that are here. Are you all with me?
Yes.
I knew you would be. As anybody would expect, this turbulence did produce some turbulence within our campaign recently, but we addressed that turbulence in our campaign. We had Laura Sword, who was our campaign manager. Laura had to leave. And the reason Laura had to leave and some other people had to leave was because of the arm twisting that took place here on Staten Island, because of the very great pressures that were put on them. And I understand that. But we recognize that when you're facing something that's difficult, what our campaign does is that, well, how's that expression go? That the difficult we do immediately.
Tough get going.
No, that's not the
that
right? And the impossible we do, it takes a little longer. Okay? Well, guess what? It didn't take us too long because we knew exactly what we wanted to do. So what I want to do right now is I want to introduce you to my new campaign manager. And I'm going to tell you how Greg Collett came to me. Okay? Greg came to me. Approximately, was it December, January? I get this email from a fellow named Greg Collett over at Deutsche Bank. All right, I figured they were coming after me for a day.
Right.
In fact, it turned out that it was Greg, and he said, "I'd like to work on your campaign." So here's this really astute guy, okay, who is a director for Deutsche Bank. He's the COO of one of their divisions, all right, and says he would like to do it. Why? Because Greg's an attorney, because he's been working and been very successful. Okay, but he also had a love of politics, right? When he was a younger fellow, he worked as an aide to a state senator over in New Jersey, right? And he wanted to get back in politics, and he had read about us, and he liked our positions, right? Because our positions attract people to us. That's what it's about. So I started talking with him. We brought him in as a fundraiser. He did some very good fundraising for us. And now, when this occurred, I called him, and I said, "Greg, let's sit down." Okay, we sat down, had a full conversation. I think you're going to like him. And I asked him if he'd do me a favor here tonight. He's going to introduce some people that came with him, right? I asked him if he'd say a few words to you. You're going to understand why I chose Greg Collett. Say hello to Greg Collett, my new campaign.
Hi, everybody. I look forward to meeting you all personally. I'm Greg Collett. I'm super excited to help Steve manage his campaign. I know I'm preaching to the choir when I tell you why I got involved in this, but I got involved because I think Steve's running for the right reasons. I recently read a great quote: some people get into politics because they want to do something, some people get into politics because they want to be something. I think Steve already is something. He's getting into this because he wants to do something. He wants to get us out of the war, he wants universal health care, and all these things I know everybody here supports. So that's why I got involved and why I think this is important. I know it's a tough fight. We know the other guy is going to have a fair amount of money, but money's not everything. Steve has a lot of volunteers with a lot of heart. We're going to get them organized. We're going to get them out there with all your help. We're going to knock on doors. We're going to do everything we have to do to meet the voters and give them a reason to go to the polls on September 9th for Steve. So I look forward to working with you all, and let's do this thing.